Hey, 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 welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading, so I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you guys all have lots of things that you're thankful for. I know I'm thankful for you guys and this YouTube community. So, again, just wanted to put that out there. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. Okay, let's see what that word of the video is. The word of the video is the gift of style. I love this one. I'm going to tell you why. Because it means that you're in a very high vibration. So anything that anyone's trying to do right now, it's like it's not affecting you. It's not affecting you at all. I feel like you are creating your life. You're in the midst of pouring your energy into yourself. Now, I feel like I got that card not very long ago. So we're going to pull a few other cards just to get a deeper energy because it's not uncommon to get the same word in the video like a few days after, like the energy pretty much stays the same. It just changes a little bit because there's many different realities that play out at one time. Your level of consciousness depends on your core beliefs. And in this particular situation, if you're in the gifts of style, you're at such a high vibration that no matter anything that anyone's trying to throw at you, you're not being affected by it. You're at such a high vibration. Again, and so because of that, you're connected to someone that's getting really impatient. And they're getting impatient because they've been in separation from you. And what they see is you're making things happen because you're pouring your energy into yourself. So this person's trying to like trigger you by ignoring you, stonewalling you. They're not getting like anything. You're not reacting to them. If they've tried to reach out a few times, giving you the minimum, they're not getting anything back from it. You're at such a high vibration that's only a person that comes in with the right energy are you going to entertain. And someone that's breadcrumbing you, you're not going to waste your time. So I feel like the person is getting impatient because what they're realizing is you're not coming back and that they wasted a lot of time. We're going to pull even one more from this deck, which is again, now they feel shameful about it. They feel bad about it because I feel like they're seeing you through different eyes. And what I mean is that right before their very eyes, you are going through a transformation. You are leveling up. So new people are coming into your life. Your friend crowd is changing. Your work is changing. Like your clothes are changing. You look better. Like you leveled up. And so this person wasted a lot of time. See, if your life would have not evolved, then they wouldn't have cared. But it's almost like now they're seeing that they lost out on a good thing, where before I feel like this person didn't really care. And if anything, they're going through money issues. Yeah, and I feel like for whatever reason, I feel like this person had the opportunity to either start something with you, but they were manipulated and like almost like fear took them over for them to stay like I believe like in a karmic connection. And that karmic connection is something that is draining their money. And this person wanted to stay in their bad habits. Their bad habits is that they're lazy. So they did what was most comfortable. So whether they're with a past karmic that they don't really have to do anything for, or whether or not it's just a random person that they keep in their life that they don't need to do anything for. And it allows them to stay in when they're old habits. I feel like this person has very indulgent behavior. I feel like they're very non-committal. And they could always lie to themselves. I feel like this person makes a lot of money. So there's almost like, I'm a really good catch. I'm not going to settle. So they're always looking for something better. It's like this person only knows really bad relationships. Like if you were to be in a relationship with this person, you would have entered into a karmic contract. I feel like this person only has contract type relationships because they don't go into the relationship on even ground. What they do is they come in the connection where they give very little and they expect other people to give to them. And they normally get that. But I feel like, this person had the opportunity to come and be with you, but you weren't going to go and take the place of this karmic. You might not have known that there was a person there. I feel like some of you guys did, some of you guys didn't, but it's like you knew whatever type of connection that it would be in, that it wouldn't have been a healthy one. And the reason why is because this person is already involved in a karmic contract, someone that they don't really want to be connected to, someone that they could actually stay connected to as long as they could stay in a very low vibration. That means non-committal, not have to do anything for, almost like a friends with benefits is what I feel like this person's in, like this karmic contract. And here it is, they had the opportunity to be with you. And I feel like you guys really have this soul relationship. And here it is, you're at such a high vibration. You didn't chase this person. You're doing your own thing. They're watching you from afar. And it's almost like you triggered their abandonment. This person is very impulsive. So I feel like, again, always looking for the next shiny thing. And I feel like when they made the decision to go back with that karmic, it was impulsive. I feel like this person does not have a good self-esteem. They value who they are on material, on, again, how much money they have and their job, on outside things, which allows them to stay in such a low vibration connected to this person that they don't really want to be with, that now I believe is why they have money issues. They're in a place of shame because they're seeing you through completely different eyes. Like they, for a long time, could say, well, I don't care. You wouldn't have been able to give me the life that would have made me happy, because you're used to like having a karmic in your life that does a lot of stuff for you. You know, I believe that that's how you are seeing them now. But I believe when this person saw you, they were like, well, you couldn't give me a happy life and previously because you didn't make enough money, or I don't think that you would have you didn't weren't flashy enough for me. You're not driving around in the newest car, you're dressed in very expensive clothes, like you're just an average ordinary person. What I believe is that this person is starting to see that it's much better to be a person that doesn't have all that, but it has substance. You have substance. That's the thing. That's what you showed this person through this energy. Meaning that you're not going to get caught up in their drama. You're not going to fight for them. You're not going to lower your standards. You're not going to do any of that. But they're seeing that the karmic will, and they also see now that the karmic likes to play dirty because they wanted to stay lazy. They wanted to stay in their old habits. They were afraid to move forward, but now they're afraid of what they've created, all due to their impulsiveness because they have a karmic contracts. And those karmic contracts are the fact that this person doesn't really know who they are. They've been told who they are, and they're being controlled by money. They're being controlled by other things, but nevertheless, It's like they're still seeing like how they could have had a better life with you. It's making them again see that they really need healing, a lot of inner child healing. You and this person have past life connection. So there's a sense that they just can't let go of this connection, which is understandable because spirit brings people into our lives. The universe conspires to bring people into our lives, which is the same thing as spirit, because spirit is God and that is ubiquitous and that's the energy of the universe. And that the universe always conspires to bring you what you need to heal. So you are a past life. This person has never had like the opportunity to have such a strong connection. And I feel like they usually get caught up in the outside things, like the glimmer and the glamour of, you know, fancy possessions and what a person looks like on the outside and lust and the lower energies. And here it is, you're at such a high vibration that they didn't recognize it. They didn't value it in the beginning, that there's a soul connection. They didn't like your life. They didn't like the fact that you didn't have enough money. They didn't like the fact of maybe your job or people that you hung out with, all exterior things. Now it's like you change right before this person's eyes. And what they're seeing is you're a person that I would actually be really happy with. Again, it's actually making this person really jealous. But you know who's really getting jealous? I believe that karmic. Because there's a sense that there's such a strong like past life connection that our minds can't be in two places at one time, and this person checks out. They may physically be around that karmic, but they mentally and are emotionally wondering what's going on with you, because why aren't you talking to them? They also can see that you're in the gifted style, that life is unfolding for you. It's only a matter of time before you are moving into a whole new life, because you've created something to do so. And so this person's getting jealous about, who are you meeting? What are you doing? How come you're not coming back? I still read our texts and think about you a lot. Like their way of staying connected. I also believe that this person watches you on social media. I hope you can move on and find love again, because they know that this was a really strong spiritual connection. They never planned on hurting you, because they never planned on this connection going as far as it went. This person thought that they were going to come in for a short time and a good time, but not a long time. And that's not what happened. What happened was is that you disconnected. You were like, I don't want this. I want this connection. You're not offering anything. So you put the energy into yourself. And now this person is looking at you through a different perception, but they also know that they hurt you by what they did. But I'm also feeling like a little bit of cocky energy there, like, oh yeah, like it hurt you so much. I really do love you, but the timing isn't right. So it's again, they know that you're not going to wait. They know that you're not going to wait. And they know that they have to heal themselves. They also know that at this point, they would have to be coming in with some sort of offer. Yeah, so, and that's the thing. It's like this person knows that you have a lot of love to give. That at this point, it's like you have a lot to give, and that you're not going to settle for less. It's like you're not going to waste time on somebody that's not serious, that is not going to come in and give you equal reciprocity. I believe that this person holds back because they don't, they're not ready to give anything. And that's really what it is. It's like you see, like you have clarity about this situation, where I feel like it's almost like this person has feelings for you. They know that it's a connection. but it's almost like no matter how much evidence they need is never going to be enough. That they will always continue to look for clarity, where you're like, I already see it because how you're holding back from me and how you always find an excuse to not come through, and how you would just rather stay in your old habits because it's comfortable. It's comfortable. It's hard for you now to get out of your situation. And you're impulsive and you get to still cheat and run around while this person is on the back burner. It's like you're like, I have too much love to give. This person is humming and hawing and they're staying connected energetically to you because I believe that they're looking at your picture, they're checking you out on social media, they're rereading old text messages, but they're not ready to do what it takes. Yeah, it's almost like you're looking for a change. It's like you are transitioning. Like, so I feel like you're leveling up. And that's what I said before. There's a sense that you're evolving through the gift of style. Like, you're not moving you. You're not saying, oh, I'm moving. What's happening is you're throwing yourself into your passion. And in that, it's like you're creating a self. You're creating yourself. So the universe is actually making a way where there is no way just for you. So this person sees again that you're moving away from them, and that's why they're getting impatient. They're getting impatient because they know the longer that this time goes by, then you're going to meet somebody, and you're not just going to meet somebody because this person's getting jealous. They, like you said, because they know, why aren't you talking to me? But it's also making them look and see like what their life, and their life isn't good. Their life may seem as it's good because they chose to like stay in this karmic connection, but it's not a good relationship. What makes the connection good is I believe that whoever this person is on the back burner that never goes anywhere, there's a sense that the person that's connected to you, they can act however the fuck that they want. They can come in, they can come out because they got that person at home. They know that that person's never going to go anywhere. Then what happens is that they wind up going off and being with somebody else. This person goes off and be with somebody else. And then what happens is when things get too serious, which is usually the person that's connected to you, gets serious with somebody, then this karmic person comes back. And then it's all about the cheating, and it's all about it, instead of the fact that it's not a real connection that they're in. They can stay in a low vibration being connected to this person because it's almost like they can have their cake and eat it too. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to level up. And what you saw was that. You said by you staying connected to that person, it means that you don't want to level up. You don't want to do what you should do, not even for me, but for yourself. Instead, you care so much about money. Well, now you have money problems because you're connected to somebody that likes all that bling bling the way that you do. But again, but what's beneath it? There's nothing except for a karmic contract. That's it. Because you're not bound together through love. You're bound together through, dominance, control by all lower energies. So again, now the person that was connected is connected to you is can see clearly the difference between someone like you and someone like the karmic, which is making them not like the karmic that much and wanting to change. But it's almost like now you want to do it. Again, it's almost like wishful thinking, like it's their wishful thinking that they would do it. And I think you're like wishful thinking. That'll never happen. But it's almost like they see the difference. They see the difference. And if they would have given you the time fully and had detached from this karmic person, they would have saw that a lot sooner than now. And that's what you know. And that's what this person knows too. It's again, you're the the universe. The universe is going to make you a shining star, okay? Trust in the universe's plan and allow your heart and allow to follow your heart. You are following your heart, but in the beginning, you were following it with this person in hopes, I feel. And then what happened was you saw the truth. And because you saw the truth, you started to pour into yourself. And when you began to pour into yourself, life began to change. Your entire life began to change because of this energy. So you became a rising star. And that might just mean like, again, you changed your circle that you hang out with. Like the people that you hang out with now are very successful in their own right. They travel, they have very rich and successful lives. So what this person sees is that they can't hold a candle to you, that they're not good enough. They don't even know how to approach you now. That's why their wish is, oh, like I wish I could like fix that. I wish I could go back in time. But what happened is that they sat on it for so long. They didn't want to let go of that person. And you were like, I'm not gonna like entertain something that doesn't give me that equal energy. Like this person wanted you to again have clouded vision, but you didn't. You recognized all the red flags. You even tried to discuss your concerns about their red flags with this person, and they just kind of blew it off. It's like they were cocky. They reacted, and they reacted again because they were impulsive, just to say, like, you can't tell me who to talk to. Tried to downplay the connection and then didn't give you anything. Tried to hold back, play games. And you're like, I have way too much to give. Like, I'm overflowing with love and resources, and I want to share my life. And this is what this person sees. They're like, I could have actually had a relationship with you that would have been a good relationship, but having that person on the back burner really clouds their vision of seeing anything that's true, because I believe that that karmic doesn't really, after a while when a relationship isn't good, but you're just with someone, it becomes draining. It becomes draining where this person almost feels like responsible for that person. They don't really let them go. They haven't said that, hey, this is your spot, but they don't say this is not your spot. They keep them there, almost like they say to themselves, I could get out of this whenever I want. I don't really want it, but I'm gonna choose to stay because I can have my cake and eat it too. It's like I have someone taking care of me, maybe like if they live together, doing my laundry, doing my bills, doing this, doing that, doing the other thing is like my slave, and then I can go out and hook up with random people. It's like I can have it every which way that I want. They met you. They didn't give you enough time for them to really get to know who you were. They gave you enough time to look at the outside, to look at what they perceive that you are. But if they would have given you more time, they would have seen that a lot of you guys live in nice homes, that a lot of you guys have good jobs, and that you're stable, and that you bring a lot to the table, that your life is very good, that your priorities are where they're supposed to be. That's why this person is getting impatient. They're like more and more times going. Well, what do they think's happening? Well, a new way is unfolding for you, which is making this person look and see how they treated you. Secret desire, unspoken needs. Again, so like this person like has kept you almost like a secret desire. It's like an unspoken thing. So all that it really does is it just keeps everybody in a deep confusion because it's like, I know that you hold feelings for me. I can feel your energy, but you're like over there You're not in a relationship with that person. I don't even know what that is. And you're just, but you have feelings, but you're not coming towards me either. No, because you would require them to step into their best version of themselves. And there's a part of them that doesn't want to do that. It's like they don't really want to be put in a position where they have to choose between, the karmic and you, or again, them making a decision any which way. It's almost like they want to have their cake and eat it too, is the best way to explain it. Did I choose from this deck already? Yes, I did. I thought so. I thought so. So let's choose from this deck. Yeah, like it's like I feel like there's a part of you that's looking to bring someone into your life at this point that it would be like a family type environment. And I feel like in the beginning, when you met this person, they felt like family because they feel like home. The soulmates do. But then over time, what you saw is that you were not going to get any support from this person at all. And it's the opposite. So you're looking for someone that will give you a commitment and which is the opposite of what this person wants. And you are expressing your creativity and your sexuality, understand through the life force that you have, which is through the gift of style. So understand if you were giving this person your energy, you wouldn't be able to be in this energy. So understand that's really what we're down here. We're down here in physical form to understand that life is like a school, right? And that the air that we breathe is known as chi. Well, it's known as spirit, it's known as prana, and it's also known as spirit, like the Holy Spirit, right? It's part of God, it's part of the universe. So we have the power to give our energy any which way that we can. I believe that was a karmic mate, and this karmic mate chose to not make a decision. They knew you put them in a situation where you were like, listen, I want to know what's going on with you and that person. And if you're not giving to me, you're giving to that person. So you wanted them to like make a clear, decisive mode where, again, give you a commitment. This person is only used to contracts. And usually those contracts put this person like on the winning side, meaning they're with somebody that's going to give them energy, someone that they have people do for, not that they have to do much for. So you would put them into a position that they would have to do for. And they don't really want that type of commitment. And they actually thought for a while that they could get it. What happened is that that's not what happened. You poured your energy into yourself by creating yourself. Your life force is again what you did, and you expressed it through your creativity. Now, understand that is our sexual energy as well. That when you are channeling your creative energy, it's a form of passion. And so that's what you did. And so you are really attractive in a lot of people's eyes right now because you're doing something different. You're creating, you're not cheapening yourself. This person wanted you to cheapen yourself. They have no intention. They're already kind of in a weird like commitment. They're not like, which is a contract, which is not a good commitment that you'd want to be in. It's like you said, it's almost like two people that hate each other, but then can't live without each other. It's a really like distorted relationship that's based on a lot of pain, a lot of childhood wounds that were never healed, and now we're playing out within that connection, and neither party ever really learns. So it's again, it leads to a lot of sickness, it leads to addiction, it leads to like, just a spiraling down because we're down here to utilize our life force, which is the energy of the universe, the energy of God, the energy, our supernatural power, to create. So I believe that this was a definitely a karmic connection, that there was a lot of desire here. There was a lot of passion, which is what this person really got cocky and thought that you were going to, give to them. That's not what happened here. What happened here is you were like, I'm not gonna entertain this. I just don't know what I want in my life right now. And that's again what the issue has been. It's like they said without making a decision because they don't know what they want. It's not that they love that karmic. It's that they don't know whether they want to grow up or not. They don't know whether they have what it takes to be in a committed connection that's healthy and balanced and fair. It's like, yes, there is this very strong spiritual connection, and you do look very attractive. And what they are saying is, well, if I was with you, like I wouldn't have to do that much. But it's again, that's what you're thinking. That's not love. And this person's idea of love is that. And the reason why is because they don't form normal relationships, they form karmic contracts, which binds you to the person that is creating pain, making you feel bad, making you feel responsible, whether or not it's making them feel guilted, manipulated, betrayed. It's keeping them stuck in a lower vibration. So the only way that they can actually get any type of energy, life force, prana, is through taking it from somebody else. And if they would have taken it from you, you wouldn't have been able to create yourself, especially with this person that's connected to this karmic. I couldn't be faithful to you in my heart and soul. See, this person like knows. It's like they couldn't do it because it's not because of you, though. It's because of them. And not even because of the karmic. It's because of them. It's like they just choose to stay connected to that karmic because I don't have to change. That's pretty much what it is. And thank God you're not affected. You're not affected because you're in the gifted style. This person, part of the bang is if you would be like devastated, chase them. Again, they want to steal energy. They don't want to really let go of that karma. They don't really want to like be committed to anybody, but they still want their needs to take care of it. So that person is agreeing to be put in the position that they're in, which is I'm going to date every single person and I'm going to get you to still be my slave, because I'm not really going to give you the emotional support that you need. It's all about me. So they have that person has been doing it. And understand over time, they do get manipulated and guilted into doing it because you can't help it. It's who you're around all the time. You make memories. Someone can like put themselves in there, into life and settle for the bare minimum. So this person has like gotten bailed out many times from that karmic person. So understand, being with you they'd have to rise up and they don't want to do that. So since they don't want to do that, they stay stuck in a place of shame while you transition out. But you still have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? Because there's no relationship that isn't considered divine. I mean, because all relationships have the power to teach us, have the power to help heal us. And this is safety and security. Well, obviously, if they're your inner child wounds, not feeling safe, not feeling secure, when I feel secure, I'm talking about emotional security, not having it. Not so in that not feeling safe. Well, this person didn't make you feel safe and certainly didn't make you feel secure. So that would definitely trigger that wound. disassociated. So that happens when you have extreme trauma. And that trauma, it's not that you forgot about it. It's just you don't have a feeling one way or the other about it because when it happened, it was so traumatizing to you, you detached, you disassociated. So, yes, you know what happened, but there's no feeling towards it whatsoever. So, understand there were fragmented parts of that experience that you forgot about. And those fragmented parts needed to be integrated. And I believe that you did integrate them through the gift of style. Like you transmuted that pain into power by creating. Like this person was actually the catalyst to make you do that because otherwise you would have chased them, talked to them. They were never willing to give you anything. They would have loved for you to chase them and fall all over them and feed their ego and yell at them and tell them how dare they. Like none of that happened. But part of the fun and the excitement for this person, how they steal energy, is that they don't care if it's good energy or bad energy. Your focus is still on them. Like Hollywood, right? I mean, always what my husband would say. He's like, whether it's bad reviews or good reviews, people are talking. And again, and that's how this person like perceives it, could stay in that energy. But understand when you didn't do that, that affected them, where they're like, I do love you, but I'm not ready to change. I do love you, but I cannot say that I would never cheat on you. I don't want to do that. It's like, I don't want a commitment. So that's what it's leaning towards, even though they love you. It's like they know who they are. And I feel like that's part of it. It's like you can know who your parents are, but they can still not give you safety and security. They still can traumatize you, where you love them, but the trauma of them not showing up, we disassociate from. So we know, but we also don't know. So it means we know that you didn't show up, but we're not crying about it. But how does it play out in the behaviorisms? It plays out in the behaviorisms where we are overachievers, that we don't ask for help from anyone. That, well, again, it plays out. And what this is why this person actually thought that you were going to give them more, tried to trigger you. That's not what happened. Outdoors in nature, this person grounded you more, getting a better connection to the physical body. Outdoors in nature, well, I contribute that to the universe, right? The universe always conspires to bring us what we need, but we have to be grounded. So the connection to the physical world, the physical body, and all physical elements of the physical world, such as the manifesting and money and the act of creation, is to maybe again you held yourself back by saying, well, I don't really know how I'm going to do this. I don't know. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I don't know how to do it. And understand you'll never know how to do it. And understand how we learn how to do it is through doing, meaning, mastery comes in doing, and that it's to be like a child, go out and explore with no expectations, to find yourself, and also to be more connected to the physical body so you can be present, be in the moment, be in the now. So when the universe conspires to bring you what you need, your intuition will guide you to see that even if you didn't have support growing up, that there wasn't safety and security, that the universe is always supporting you, even when the people that you love so much, they don't give you the love back to the point that it traumatizes you. Remember, the child that survives thrives because it pushes them into the imagination realm. And again, through that trauma, channeling that pain into purpose, where if you had shame, at one point where you maxed this energy, with this karmic person that grew up and again also has those wounds. Well, you just transmuted your shame into power. And so now, of course, you're a lot more attractive. Now this person's saying, like, yeah, but it comes down to is I still don't want that type of life. I'm not ready for that. And it's not about the fact that you're not good enough. It's the fact that this person just knows that it would end horribly, that you would wind up hurting them because they wouldn't be faithful and they do have feelings for you and you wouldn't put up with it. I'm going to pull two more from this deck. Play. Again, be like childlike. Outdoors. Again, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. God says, please don't do my job, do your job. Be like childlike. Well, that's what you're doing when you're, again, connected to the physical world, the physical body, all the physical elements of the world. The universe conspires to bring you the security and the safety that you need. That means money. It means other, again, things that you need that show support. And that, again, is how you transmute that shame. It's how you integrate the fragmented pieces that were created from disassociation. They played out with a lack of stability, a lack of like knowing who you are. And those parts needed to be integrated. So it's almost like spirit had to bring you back to the original trauma, but we're not going to go back in time, and a lot of your parents aren't even alive anymore, or if they are, they're all so old, they're not going to change. You know that they're not going to change, but to be able to see the situation from a different perception, and that gives you hope. That gives you hope because there's many different realities that play at one time. You understanding again that it had nothing to do with you, that it has to do with how other people project their pain, and that this person does love, but that's the way that's the way that they love. And we have to experience all different types of love. We have painful love, we have distorted love, we have messy love, but the person still loves, but it's not good enough for you. And that's what you're saying to this person. This person is not used to that. That you're saying it's not enough. And if the best that you could do is that, like show up, but it would still be like a karmic contract that I would be giving all of myself and you'd be giving mediocre, acting like you're the prize when you're not the prize. You would be keeping me in a place of very low vibration, which is again, I can't manifest security and safety within that energy. I can't sustain it, and you're not going to give it to me either. So I'm just supposed to be out here. And that's what this person, by sitting on the fence, they didn't want you to be able to transition, but you were like, I have no choice. I have no choice. Divine timing. Spirit has a plan that unfolds when it is meant to happen. So it's not like this person got in the way. However, I do believe that this was a karmic test that if they came back and you would have given time to this person, you would have been caught up in a shit show. And really, Spirit saying, everything's happening in divine timing. You're on your path, you're in gift to style, things are happening, and understand I have something for you. The universe says, I have something set aside for you. And since you're doing everything the way that you're supposed to, it will unfold in divine time. This connection was not a divine connection in the fact that they were ever going to step into their divine self. They were never going to do that. It's like the most that it was a karmic connection to make you aware that people can love you, but they can love you from their level of consciousness, and that has absolutely nothing to do with you. And that possibly because you grew up in an environment where you didn't get the love and the nurturing, that's why you always said, well, that's why I never created anything, where Spirit says you didn't really need them to do it, but the trauma and then not having those things, your needs met, you were too concerned with that aspect. It's again, and now you weren't, you were more concerned about creating yourself. So you learn the spiritual lesson so that everything is happens at divine timing when you're in alignment and you are in alignment. And yes, it is about going into uncharted waters, but it's instead of being nervous about it, be curious about it. And in this, you're going to discover new aspects of your life. And that spirit saying it's like you have to now recreate parts of yourself. If you held on to trauma because you didn't get security, you didn't get safety, that meant that you didn't create yourself. You were too busy surviving. And when you're coming from that level of consciousness, you're actually coming from a fear-based consciousness because the universe is abundant. We have everything we need. However, children don't know that. So children are dependent on their parents. So you were brought up in an environment that taught you that you were not supported and you didn't feel safe. So you came from a fear-based consciousness too, which meant that you also held shame. The way that you actually heal shame is, again, to get a better connection to the physical body and to go out and play. That's how we find ourselves, because in that place of playing, the universe is bringing us people, situations, and experiences that help us to create ourselves. So our own intuition, our own higher self is leading us. And so you're seeing, again, support and security, meaning you don't need support or security from anyone outside of you. You can do it yourself. And when you're doing it yourself through the act of like the gift of style, that's just your own unique style, which is an unfoldment process. And you can, again, have a gift of style. If you're an electrician, if you're a plumber, if you're an artist, everybody has their gift of style. It's just a way that they do things. That if you're a mother and that's all you do, is the way that you do it, is that you're engulfed in the act of, again, the gift of style, your unique individuality, the way that you like to do it, that you actually are playing. So you're in this high vibration that when you're in this high vibration, that leaves this person behind because they're on a low vibration. And then when you're actually creating your life, a path opens up, which takes you away from the people that are on a low vibration. They don't hold your vibration. This person knows and is getting impatient because they see the path opening, is what I'm trying to say. So, but what it's done is it's made them really think about what they want, and what they know is that they're not capable of being faithful. And so what you know is I'd rather go into the uncharted waters of the unknown than to be with someone that I know is not capable of giving me what I need. Even though there's love there on both parties. You love this person, they love you. But it's, again, you can't be with a person like that. You're not going to lower your values. And this person isn't capable. They admit that, of really stepping up to your vibration. So spirit leaves us off with one more message, and that is unconditional love. Okay, so it's, again, what you learn from this connection, believe it or not, is unconditional love, that you have love for this person, even though they are the way that they are. You realize that they just can't give you what you need. And I feel like your mom, your dad, that should have given you the support, the security, they didn't give you what you needed, but there's unconditional love. But the most important person that you need to give unconditional love to is yourself. So this is, my heart is free from resentment towards others. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. And that's really what it is. It's about practicing forgiveness. And that's, if you grew up without family making you feel secure, making you feel emotionally secure, making you feel safe. Well, again, you would say, well, my life is ruined because I didn't have the proper support, where Spirit's saying, no one can break you. That's number one. There's no such thing. Everything's happening in divine order because, again, life is school where you get the test first and the lesson after. So you needed to learn how to forgive and let go and realize that people love from their level of consciousness. It doesn't mean that they love you more or less. In their mind, they could think that they love you to the moon and back. But you say, I don't really like what that looks like. And Spirit says, and because you don't have to choose to be with them. But the problem comes into play when people try to change a person after they've clearly, even before this person opened up their mouth and said, I couldn't be faithful to you, and in my heart and in my soul, like I know that I still can't do it. I can't do it, and I couldn't do it then, and I still can't do it. It's to realize that that is not a reflection of you. That's due to their pain. That's due to whatever experiences that they went through. That you need to, again, look and see when a person does something that it says more about them than to you. And because you couldn't transport yourself back to childhood, Spirit gave you this experience to help you forgive, to help you let go, to help you learn that love, when it's really divine love, is unconditional, because it never changes. I mean, we can have a child that winds up murdering people and winds up in jail, God forbid, but you still love that child. It's unconditional. You can have parents that beat you every single day, but you still love them. It's like you may not like them, you may not want them in your life, but there's still like this unconditional love that you have for them. It's almost like we're just embedded with that. Now, it can get tarnished over time, like I said, where you build up a lot of hate and resentment. But if you were to work through therapy, people always wind up in like hysterical crying because what they realize is there's only two energies, love and fear, and that pain is associated to fear. And it's natural for us to close down and be angry and hold on to that pain and wear it like armor as if it's going to protect us. And Spirit saying, no, you have to look at it differently and release it. And so that's what this person did, but made you return to that trauma. And now you did things differently. So you got to see yourself differently. And in the end, who's going to hurt is really this person, because they still love you, but they're seeing is they can have their cake and eat it too with that karmic, but they're not going to have their cake and eat it with you. And at the end of the day, you're the one that gave energy. The karmic doesn't. The karmic takes energy. So this person stays bound to like something that's actually bleeding their energy, taking their chi. And over time, sickness and disease comes in to play because we can't stay bitter. It's not normal to be connected to someone it's a karmic contract that you're bound to someone through guilt, through manipulation, through all lower energies, when this was really a divine connection that this person was getting energy from. It could have continued to feed them all because they just didn't want to evolve. So I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. And happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.